you for joining me again, Pisces. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au with your June 2015 forecast. Well, the fourth house of the horoscope is one of the what we call the pillars of the horoscope. It is one of the four angles, or what we say is the foreground of the zodiac. And this month, Mercury, Sun and Mars are occupying this part of your horoscope, with Mercury, the ruler of your seventh and that fourth house itself, being retrograde. I refer you back to the introductory video I just made, which talks a little bit about how, Mercury for different star signs operates as a positive or negative influence. In your case, it's going to give you some mixed results, but certainly it's going to be felt in the area of your home life, your domestic sphere, family, and your most important personal relationships, because it rules the seventh house, which has to do with your marital partner and long-term, possibly even business partnerships. But straight off the mark, we see the full moon taking place in your 10th house, near to the planet Saturn. Saturn's sitting there right at the apex of the horoscope, making it rather difficult for you to feel any sort of comfort. And then to see the fifth lord, the moon, moving into its fullness there next to the sun, it's sort of like you want to feel happy about the work you're doing but can't. You could be stifled there by someone in authority, someone who's trying to dampen your spirits. And it's up to you to find other means and methods to, to find your satisfaction and inner happiness. And by the way, that fourth house of the horoscope, where we see this retrograde Mercury combust Mars with Sun, that is to do with your peace of mind and inner happiness. And that's not particularly good. You may be looking for an escape route. You can't quite feel comfortable in what you're doing, neither in your work or in your domestic and personal space. So that's something that has to be addressed. But the good news is, just as we've mentioned the full moon there in your 10th house of career, we can see, for example, the new moon there on the 17th. It will take place. And that new moon again will take place in this fourth house itself. New moon indicating a new approach. So if you're not feeling all that good in yourself, this is a revamp. I sometimes call it Control Alt Delete. It's a complete, or maybe even a hard disk reformat. Reformatting. New version 2.0 in terms of personal inner happiness. So these are important transits. You're challenged also by the position of Neptune, your ruling planet in the sun sign now, moving very, very slowly there. And these faster moving planets creating the modulations and the intensity that we see on a day-to-day basis here. Now, Mercury goes forward on the 12th. So we see there 12th, 17th, so the direct movement of Mercury on the 12th. New moon on the 17th. There's no doubt there that things will start to move forward. And any of the decisions that have been hanging around like a bad smell, you'll be able to maybe do something decisive at that time. There's some other transits that are important. And we see there the exiting of Venus from your fifth house of romance and love affairs into the sixth house to eventually join up with Jupiter, the other ruler of your sun sign. That transit of Venus takes place early in the month on the 6th, so that is certainly something to look for. And that is a very good transit. It is one of the worst planets for you, moving into one of the worst positions, which is actually based on that mathematical principle, negative times a negative is a positive. This is called Viparit Yoga. It's not exactly what we call Viparit. It really needs to be there alone, but being with Jupiter, until it actually hits Jupiter, it's going to give you some good results. So you can expect after the 6th some improved conditions in your work, also improved conditions in your health. Financially too, you should be able to relax a little bit more and kill some of the debts that have been crippling you. So that's an excellent position. Finally, there are a couple of other transits. I like to look at the ruling planets that can highlight that, as for example on the 22nd, Jupiter in the 6th house, forming a lovely aspect to the 2nd house, Uranus. That again is a finance opportunity for you, a a chance to balance your income with your debts, and also to balance your eating with your health requirements, because second house is not just food, it's sustenance, not just material financial sustenance, but dietary sustenance. And you've got to be a little bit more stabilized with your eating. Uranus there gives you some abrupt changes. You're probably one of these fad dieters, eating well sometimes, eating terribly other times. Just try to find the happy balance there, and that is definitely going to make your health and well-being a much more beneficial sort of thing for you. There is a square from Mercury to Neptune. We talked about that briefly earlier. That's a very, very confusing issue, and that can be confusing if you're looking at purchasing property, moving, renting, leasing, doing deals with the bank on refinancing your home and that sort of thing. Take special care there. Just because Mercury's gone direct doesn't mean you're out of the woods. You need to be very, very careful and continue to be diligent in the way you negotiate anything associated with your property and money and loans and debts and that sort of thing. Hope that's helped. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month as usual. Don't forget to take a visit to astrology.com.au, where we've got a lot of free stuff there. Daily, monthly and yearly readings in more detail. And of course, personal readings if you want a more personal touch for that specific problem that you may have. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.